First of all, I saw none of you out at the bars last night, so I'm very proud of you. But don't worry, I did double duty. Yeah, I was there for you in spirit. Oh, I was actually drinking spirits for you there. Sorry. Hi, this is Bonin Bough and you're watching B-Suite, where I give you exclusive access to my network. But today's show is crazy important to me because I'm actually at my old alma mater, Hartwick College, founded in 1797. So what I'm doing here, they've asked me to come and speak. I'm speaking at 7:30 tonight, but what I want to do is spend the day working with some of the students, teaching some of the classes, and interacting with them, hear some of their challenges, what they're thinking about, and how they're thinking about approaching the world and entering into adulthood. All right, I'll see you guys later. Yeah, so Bonin Bough. You heard who I am. I'll tell you a little bit more. Bonin Bough, class of 1999. Today, I am going to talk a little bit about this idea of hackonomy, and I believe that one of the largest challenges that large organizations have today is that their business models are broken. And that's where I came up with this concept called hackonomy. How do you create value by breaking things? Breaking process, breaking thought, breaking organizations, just generally challenging the way that you think. So 23% of media is consumed on a mobile device, but still less than 1% of spending actually goes into mobility. We become the most distracted society in human history, but the amazing things about humans is they'll never admit when they're wrong. There was a study done by the American Psychiatric Association. They took two groups. They asked one to use the mobile phone and multitask, and they asked a second group to smoke marijuana. There was a 10-point drop in the IQ of those that use mobile phones to multitask, which was twice as much as those that smoked marijuana. So the point is, you're better off being a pothead than pretending that you can multitask. So mobile, I don't believe, is a channel. It's actually a utility, real-time engagement. A lot of people will talk about how companies need to post on Instagram faster and use Twitter better and blah, 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 blah. The reality is it's not just about communicating with consumers, but it's about being able to translate that engagement in real time to product creation. The question is, what organizations will be able to move fast enough to change their existing process to be able to unlock the growth and the potential that sits in front of them today?
As somebody who wants to go into film, but in the kind of YouTube generation, my question is, do you think that with sites like YouTube, do you think it's better to just go totally independent?
I think it doesn't really matter. What remains true is that it has to be compelling, and it has to be something that people want to watch. But what I do think is interesting is that there are disruptive type formats to create. So nobody's ever done a doc that's done across multi-format. And there's also, I think, the opportunity to work with other aspiring people has never been so easy. Bobby?
Bobby, yeah.
Bonin.
Alex?
Alex Bonin. Bonin.
Lizzie, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Soon, I'm actually majored in everything in the school. So, I don't know, did they tell you anything about who I am or why I'm even here? No, right? Everything I learned here really shaped what I would be able to do in the future. And so I think it's, especially classes now, like how far they've gone with like San Francisco trips. We didn't have any of that. If we wanted to go to San Francisco, we'd have to figure out how to get there on our own. But what I think is interesting is that there is now a place for a new type of marketer who realizes the microeconomics that are crushing these businesses. With retail, I think it's about creating experiences for the consumer that they can't find or get anywhere else. The consumer used to be loyal, but now they're promiscuous. How can I get them to be loyal again? And I think the better question is, how do I build a business model for a promiscuous consumer?
It's funny that you say that the consumers are less loyal and more promiscuous, just because from someone who is a consumer of things like makeup and walking into Sephora, I think that even the consumers still have a fair amount of brand loyalty because they find brands that they can trust or that they know will serve their needs. But it's more about that personal engagement with the consumer.
If you, at least for the case, don't call me promiscuous and, bother to research me and put me face to face with another person that looks like me, I'm going to want to be part of your brand for the longest time. And
yeah, because it's the consumer engagement rather than the idea that the brand is like, you want to be family, not a consumer. Mm-hmm. And that's what I think millennials, whoever they may be, are bringing to the table, especially in that market.
Please join me in giving a warm Hartwick welcome to this provocateur, disruptor, generous, expansive-minded, expansive-hearted individual, one of our own, Bonin Bough.
All right, what's up, Hartwick? How are you? Are you good? Are you good? The reality is that you don't need to have production. You don't need to have supply chains. You literally can create on-demand companies. You can create products from nothing. This is the first time, I think, in maybe history where youth was such a big advantage. Honestly, such a big advantage, because you have stamina, but you also understand how these channels work better than anybody else. So here's how we will end it. Unlike Thoreau, Alan Kay said, the best way to predict the future is to invent it. And unlike Alan Kay, Bonin believes the best way to predict the future is to hack it. And so thank you very much for spending the time with me tonight. All right, you gotta tell me your name. You gotta tell me a little bit about you. Hey everybody, you just spent the day with me at my old alma mater, Hartwick College. Thank you so much for watching the B-Suite, where I try to introduce you to as many interesting people as possible. This episode's slightly different. What you saw here was me really interacting and answering a lot of questions of aspiring young entrepreneurs and minds. Because if you know me at all, you know that all I really care about is investing in talent and making sure that people unleash the power that they have inside of them and the ability for them to change, adjust, and grow. I did the hackonomics speech here, which is really about how do you create value by breaking things? How do you break the way you think about education? How do you break the way you think about the world? How do you break your organization? How do you break your process? How do you break the boundaries that are stopping you from unlocking the type of growth in any aspect of your life that you're looking for? So again, as we shoot more of the B-Suites, I'd love to hear from you at Bonin Bough. You can text me at 646-759-1837, but now I want you to be more specific. I want you to tell me the type of people that you want to see me begin to introduce you to on the B-Suite. And if you want more strategies on how you can meet those type of people, reach out to me, I'll hit you back. It's been great. Thank you for joining me at this very special B-Suite at my Hartwick College alma mater, and I'm out.